to talk about essential oils for anxiety in children. And I really am excited to share this information with you because it's something that I have personally experienced. There's a lot of information out there on essential oils. You can read all kinds of stories and testimonials, and not that those are good or bad. I'm just explaining that everything I'm going to share with you today is based on personal experience. So, several years ago, somebody that was teaching at my child's school was talking about essential oils. And I have to admit, in the very beginning, I sort of dismissed it. I thought to myself, how could these little oils do these amazing things that she's talking about? And I honestly did not believe all of the hype. But there comes a point when you keep hearing these things from somebody that you really respect and that you know fairly well. And so I finally decided to talk to her about oils and how they could personally impact our family. And of course, for us, it was anxiety. And I was thinking for both my daughter, who was probably 10 at that time, and myself. So my focus was really on the anxiety oils, but they, of course, can do so many amazing things for so many different health benefits that I started learning more and more. But this is really focused on anxiety. So I can tell you without a question of a doubt that I do believe that high quality essential oils can help relieve anxiety. Now notice I did not say they will overcome it. They will not, wipe out your anxiety. They don't cure it. In my opinion and through my experience, I don't believe that there's any essential oil that's going to make your anxiety disappear. But it does help you relieve it. And like most things, with the right therapy or the right techniques or the right coping skills, this is a tool to really help bring down those levels of anxiety, the physical feelings that you're having, so you can really use those skills successfully. So that's why I say it definitely helps relieve anxiety. Now I'm going to put this out here right away. My daughter does continue to take prescription medication for her anxiety. So when she uses these essential oils, it's in addition to that. I use the same oils. I do not take prescription medication. So I want to be clear on that so there's nobody who thinks I'm trying to tout the essential oils as, in place of medication. That's not what I'm going at all. This is just another tool. So I also mentioned high quality. I learned through the friend that I had, but also through my own research, there is a huge difference in the quality of essential oils from what you can buy in stores. Oftentimes Marshall sells them, Target sells them, and not that these are bad, but they're not the same high quality as you get through Young Living and doTERRA. So the essential oils that I use are through Young Living, and they are more expensive. Straight up, I will tell you that it is an investment, and that's one of the reasons I did not do it in the beginning. Money has always been tight for us, and I thought that the investment was just not worth it. But I've learned, like most things, you get what you pay for. And so the initial investment into Young Living essential oils was a bit hard for me to swallow before I saw the success from their products. But now I realize it's no different than I'm paying for medication or therapy. It's just another way to help live a healthy life. And so knowing that, you obviously could buy less expensive ones. And if that's the best you can do, absolutely not judging, but you will get more bang for your buck. And in the long run, I do believe it's more cost effective to spend that money up front. So the way that essential oils work are they're concentrated liquids that you breathe in or you can apply to your skin. And there's so much information out there you can look up on places, spots in the body that if you put it on your big toe, it helps alleviate this, or behind your ears. And so I'm not going to go into those specifics, but it really is quite incredible. So you can do more research on that, or at the end of this, I do give you the link to the woman that I purchase all my oils through. I do not sell them. This is not a marketing campaign for me, but she's amazing. She will help you answer all of those questions. But anyway, you apply that to your skin or breathing it in. It enters the tissue in your bloodstream, which is your lungs, your brain, which is your limbic system, which is the fight or flight. So we're getting these concentrated liquids straight to the source. And right away, if we're going to calm our breathing and slow our heart rate with the help of these oils, we then can return to that rational thought and start using those coping skills or cognitive behavior therapies or anxiety relaxation techniques. And that's the whole point of these oils, is it helps bring down that limbic system's fight or flight, back to a place where you can slowly start regaining that rational thought and then bringing your anxiety down. So it's a great tool to have in your toolbox for anxiety relief. And there are all kinds of combinations. So I'll tell you a couple that we use. Just like anxiety is unique, each person is unique. And what oil works for me or my child may not have the same impact on you. So it's really important to trial and error, talk to someone who's much more knowledgeable, such as the woman who I purchased my oils from. They know so much more. But for us, just to show you a couple of oils and how they come from Young Living, this one is Stress Away. It has just a beautiful citrusy scent, and when we smell it, it just starts to ease some of that tension. It doesn't make it disappear. It doesn't make you go from a panic attack to completely calm. That's not the goal. But it does cause some kind of reaction that instantly lowers some of that heightened feelings of stress. So Stress Away is one oil that you can buy. It's a combination oil offered through Young Living that comes already pre-made in the combination they call Stress Away. Another amazing combination that we use, and I like this one, is by far my favorite combination one, is called Peace and Calming. It was an oil that the first time I used it, I was like, whoa. So they do take some time to get used to. And now, as soon as I open the bottle, I instantly feel this relief. And so there are times that I don't even have to have heightened anxiety. I just smell it and I just start to feel relaxed. I'll use them, before I go to work. My daughter used to have this, and we would place this inside of just a small roller bottle, and she carried it with her at school. And so she would rub it on her wrists or just smell it, and it would bring down some of that anxiety that she was feeling. And so I think once you practice those techniques and the breathing techniques with the oil that you're using, it becomes almost habitual and your body learns to relax during those times. Another amazing oil that I use is Valor. I use this in a combination that, like a recipe, for lack of a better word, called Liquid Xanax. And that recipe is on the blog post tied to this. And I use this every single night before I go to bed, and so does my daughter. Even when we're not anxious, we just use it every night, and it has a very calming effect. You can rub it along your jaw and behind your ears. I have found, amazingly enough, that there are certain times at night when I'll have fallen asleep, and for some reason I wake up very anxious and very panicky. I used to have panic attacks, but they would only happen during the night. Thankfully, I don't get panic attacks anymore, but I wake up and I'll just feel really anxious. And I'm able to rub this on and lay in bed and breathe, and it really brings me back down, that I don't need to go take medication, which is totally fine. I've taken medication in the past. Right now I'm at a point where I don't need that. Who knows what tomorrow may bring. And for my daughter, it does the same thing. She can put that on and it just brings her back down. So those are 3 I highly recommend. For younger children, especially those who have trouble sleeping, there's oils like lavender, vetiver, cedarwood, and so you can create combinations based on some different, like I said, recipes. You can also put them in diffusers next to the bed for them to breathe in as they're going to sleep, and those can be very calming. Adding some sleep stories or some soft music, depending on your child, they can just be another tool to help alleviate some of that anxious feeling that you're having. So I highly encourage, if you have not tried these and you have the financial ability to do that, to reach out to obviously someone, if not, there's a link. The woman's name is Lindsay Adams, and I've provided her email address in there, so you can reach out to her for more information. But giving them a try and see if they offer some relief to your child in combination with anything else you might be doing. But it's just another tool for children and for adults to relieve their anxiety and help bring down some of those incredibly anxious physical symptoms that you might be feeling, and allow those rational thoughts to return, allow the ability to breathe slowly, to lower your heart rate, and to start feeling better and engaging your mind with some of those coping tools that help you. So if you have an oil that works amazingly well, please share. Like I said, I use Young Living, but this is not a marketing tool. If you have something that you want to share, the best thing we can do is offer resources, because what works for me doesn't always work for you. So please share any suggestions you have as it relates to anxiety and essential oils. Thank you.